y'all doing? Hey, it's Oishi and welcome back to another writing vlog. I think my last writing vlog was sometime like near the end of October and it wasn't very good. It didn't go very well. I was quite stressed, and now, to be honest, I'm still pretty stressed, but a little less so. I haven't made any progress in the whip since my last writing vlog, so my total word count is still 20,072, but this quad is really fun for me. I am taking music and writer's craft, which means that I am writing every single day, and I think that'll really help because I am just constantly in a writing mindset now. Every writer's craft class, we start with a free write, we are analyzing other people's writing, we're analyzing each other's writing. It's a lot of fun, and I think it will definitely carry over into my personal whip writing. Hopefully it'll be easier to actually get into it and get started with the words. I have just a little bit of homework for writer's craft that I need to finish up before I can get into writing. I have written a bit today. I don't know really how much yet. I'm just trying to find little pockets of time in which I can just spit out some words, usually like before class in the morning when I'm waiting for class to start, and then when I'm waiting for my second class to start between meetings. Today was a really meeting heavy day. Like, I had class all day, and then I had a meeting that's usually book club, but I had another meeting for a council, so I went to that instead, and then I had like a meeting for a business program thing. Yeah, basically my whole day was spent in front of my laptop in one Zoom meeting or another. But now that I'm finally done with that, I am going to try and get some words down. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I am doing some writing in my break. Can you... It's so white out there because there is just snow and sun, and that's what happens. Is that better? Not really. I guess we'll go with that. So it's a little past noon. I am just waiting for my second class of the day to start, which is writer's craft, which is exciting. And I thought I'd give you a little update about my writing from yesterday. So remember how I said that I was done with meetings for the day? Yeah, I lied. I ended up getting roped into an impromptu meeting about council sweaters with two of my friends, and so we talked about that and more for way too long. So I ended up not being able to write as much as I would have liked. My total word count for yesterday was 1,208 words. Not too shabby, but it could be better. I have already gotten some writing done today. Really, I'm just taking my breaks and writing as much as I can during my breaks to try and maximize my writing time and the words that I'm getting down. So I'm gonna do a little more of that since I still have like 20 minutes until my class starts. I don't know how to end it. Sweater gang! Okay. Hey, voice over me. So I guess today was the second day in a row in which I was just in meeting after meeting after meeting, and I completely didn't intend for that to happen today. Like, yeah, I was in class until around 2:30, and that was fine, and then I had a meeting for a council, and that is the one meeting that I thought I was gonna have today, because I have it every week on Wednesday. But then I had to meet up with one of my friends to work on a writer's craft project, and after that, I got roped into another impromptu sweater meeting with my friends, which you already saw. But thankfully, neither of those things lasted way too long, so it's still pretty early in the night. It's 9 p.m. So I think I'm going to finish the episode of The Queen's Gambit that I was watching earlier during my lunch break. I already finished the show in its entirety, but I'm going through it once more because I'm planning on making a video. So I think I'm gonna do that, and then I will do some writing. Hello, it is Thursday. I thought I would just let you know what my writing looked like yesterday. All in all, yesterday I was able to write after all of those lovely meetings, and I ended up writing a total of 2,004 words yesterday, which makes for a grand total of 23,211. So I'm on my way. We're moving into more of some fun writing, I feel like. I am in the beginning of Act 2, so I'm in the
fun and games section of the novel, and as you can probably tell from the title of this section, it is indeed fun and games. This is technically my async time for my morning class, so I have this concert keyed up. It's Dan Mangan and the Blacksmith at Massey Hall. I am supposed to be analyzing this, and I will get to that at some point. I promise I will. But I've just been listening through it over and over. Yesterday I listened through it and I did some writing to it, and wow, it was magical. So I'm doing that again because this concert is so good. And I had never heard of Dan Mangan before this, but I might be a fan now because it's very good. It's very good. I will try and leave this linked in the description if I remember, because wow, it's quite a vibe.
So I think I'm gonna call it for today. I wrote a total of 1,137 words today, which makes for a grand total of 24,353. I feel like there's not a lot that I can say about what I'm writing right now. It's mostly just the same thing that I mentioned before, which is the fun and games part. Although the relationship between my main characters did go through a major change. So originally they were supposed to just be neutral towards each other. They weren't exactly friends, like they never talked that much, but they know of each other, they're aware of each other within the school, but there wasn't anything like super strong between them. But I've decided that I want to change that up and I want them to actually hate each other's guts. I just think it'll make for a more interesting story that way, especially because I love hate to love stories, even though that this isn't like a hate to love story, they're not gonna fall in love. But I enjoy stories where two people who absolutely hate each other slowly over the course of the story grow to build a relationship, whether that be platonic or romantic. And in this case, for my characters, it's gonna be platonic and it's just gonna be a super strong friendship. But yeah, I thought that it would be a lot more fun if they started off hating each other. It would be a lot more fun for the character development, for the progression of the story, and also for just what they're trying to do, because they have to work together to do this big thing that is the whole premise of the story. There's some dusk right there. So it's just gonna be a lot more interesting if they have that extra layer of conflict in which they don't like each other at all. So I'm having a lot of fun writing their scenes more now that they do have this like hate relationship. So it's gonna be really weird when I read it back and suddenly in like chapter 11 their relationship entirely changes and they just don't like each other at all. It's really fun, but I also still want to keep their personalities separate. So I think a couple writing blogs ago I mentioned how one of them is more outgoing, more outspoken, and the other one is more reserved. So I want to keep that hatred that they have towards each other, but still make sure that their personalities and their character types are not the same. Alright, I'm gonna turn in for the night, and by turn in I mean read Percy Jackson, because I am in the middle of rereading the series and I'm having so much fun. I haven't read this in so long. Something funny about Percy Jackson is that I always forget stuff that happens in the series. Like, I forget a lot of the stuff that goes down, which is funny because for something like Harry Potter, I know that story inside and out. And Percy Jackson, while I've read it a bunch of times and I absolutely love it, there's still so much that I forget, and so going back through it just makes me so happy because it's like, oh my god, I forgot that this happened. And it's a lot of fun. Hi, it's Sunday. I was planning on writing yesterday, and then I didn't. And you know what? It's okay. Sometimes it really do be like that, and you just gotta move on. I got really busy yesterday. I had a workshop in the morning for like 4 hours, and then I was doing homework, and then by the time I was done all of that, it was late in the day and I didn't really want to write, so I ended up watching Happiest Season instead, and I had a lot of fun. But we still got one day left of this vlog, so hopefully I can get those words down. I did write a little bit on Friday, like a very minimal amount, and I don't exactly remember how many words I got down, but I will figure it out after. So there's 3 things that I want to be able to do today. first of all, I have to hand in a piece of writing for my Writers Craft class, but that won't take too long because it's literally just downloading it and submitting it. So I'll be able to do that. There's 3 major things that I want to do today. Number 1 is obviously write, because that's what a writing vlog is for. Number 2 is revising my script for the Queen's Gambit video that I'm planning. I finished off the show on Friday, I think, and I got my last notes in, and now it's just a matter of making sure everything's coherent, because my notes are a mess. It's really just like half sentences, run-on sentences, things that I repeat multiple times. So I just have to clean it up and make sure that it's actually a cohesive thing. And then number 3 is I want to be able to read. So as you know, I am reading The Sea of Monsters, and I am a little over halfway through, so I feel like I could be able to finish this if it wasn't for the fact that I'm also supposed to be reading The Catcher in the Rye for my book club, and I haven't started yet, and we meet on Tuesdays, and I have to read like 50 pages. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna split everything up into hours. So I'll do like 1 hour of writing, 1 hour of revising, 1 hour of reading. I know this is like kind of weird, even though it's technically a free day for me. I'm still structuring my day so much so that I can be able to do all the things that I want to do, but I find that schedules and structures work quite well for me. Sometimes I stick to them, sometimes I don't, but they're usually a lot better than just having these 3 things floating around in my head that I need to do, and then I end up not doing any of it. So that's what today is gonna look like. Usually in an hour I can write like 1,000 words, sometimes even a little more than 1,000 words, so I feel like if I do this whole like 1 hour of this, 1 hour of this, 1 hour of this, every single time that I do an hour of writing, I'll be able to get 1,000 words down.
There are some words I will never learn how to spell. Conscience is one of them, and separate is another.
Alright, I'm gonna call it for this writing vlog. I actually lost track of how many words I've written this week, but I do have a grand total for you, which is 26,761. So I did make a substantial bit of progress, which is nice. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what else you'd like to see from these writing vlogs. Again, if you want to see more of the process, if you like my time lapses, if you don't, keep that to yourself. If you like this sort of content and you want to see more of it from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I make videos every Friday. Also, I'm on platforms, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and Letterboxd, those links will be in the description down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!